Alright guys, this is Kevin Bleeding Man down here at XPO up here in Kansas City. Why? Well, my AP order finally came in. Well, this is the pedestal for Athena's new condo, which is 72 inches long by 32 inches wide by 18 inches high. But this is just the pedestal lifted up off the floor. Went together pretty easy, I have to admit. Now let's get into the hard stuff. Well guys, I do have to admit, this animal plastic stuff really isn't that difficult to put together. It appears to be going together really easily. I've already got the pedestal. You guys saw that earlier. I took a picture of it and posted it. Now I am working on the, I believe it's the 570 rack, the 12 tub. And it's all cut and groove. The screws are all pre-drilled. I have a feeling running the heat tape is going to be a lot of fun. But this is where we're at so far. I've got the top put on. A few of the bottom shelves put in. And I'll be screwing the back on once I get to that point. But if you guys know the update here in a minute, I would bore you with me assembling it, but it's time consuming. Well, not really, but it's pretty boring to watch, I'm sure. But I'll get back with you guys here once I get this thing built and stand it up. I'll come back in. Alright guys, well, last night, this is the only one I got put together. This is a C570. I worked 10 hours yesterday, and last thing I want to do when I came home was put together a bunch of equipment. But I'm going to get the rest of it put together today. I just got done drinking a couple cups of coffee. I got to run up and get rat food. I got to do some modifications on the rat rack because I got tubs falling out. That's going to be the next thing I'm going to be upgrading is going to be that rat rack. But when I get back from going and getting rat food, I'm going to go ahead and put together the C1070 rack, the big one for the big females. And then I'm going to get these enclosures put together, and I got to let the enclosures sit for a couple days so the silicone can cure. But I'm going to go ahead and put them together in the house. I'm going to move the boa out of her spot and sit over in front of the TV. And then I just put the enclosures over there for the boa and the two king snakes. It's going to be a busy, busy day. Alright guys, you saw how easily that went together. It only took a few seconds, right? Well, I found out when I did the other one that if I leave the back off of it, it makes running that heat tape a whole lot easier. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about there right about now, actually. Let's go ahead and get into that because running this heat tape on this thing is easy. So leave the back off, there's grooves cut in it, you go right underneath the groove, pull it all the way through. So, get right into that. That's what I'm talking about. If you see there, there's a recessed part in the shelf, and there's actually a groove on either side. And every video that I watched that said running the heat tape in these things is just a big pain, but it's really not. You leave the back off of it, you got everything screwed into place. You just take your heat tape, stick it in right through here, and go right underneath that groove there. Make sure you don't go underneath the shelf itself. Right underneath that groove, and just pull it on through. Do that on every shelf or all the way down. Now you do have to pull it tight because, well, in the spirit of good business, they don't really give you a whole lot where you have any extra. That's that way you ain't got to cut it either. So you just do that, and then you come over to the other side, make sure it's not twisted. And run it up underneath the next one. And just do that all the way down. And if you look in there, probably can't see it because it's dark. There's a couple grooves in there that this heat tape just slides right on under. And you just pull it on through the other side. Like I said, you gotta pull it tight. Otherwise you won't have enough to get all the way through. All the way through. All the way down. Up the other side. This is what it should look like when you're done. You see how it's nice and tight on the sides. This particular piece, I had enough down there where I can come out the bottom and up the side just a touch. And if we go in here, look at this heat tape. Probably not enough light in here, but there's actually grooves cut on both sides of this. And I watched quite a few videos on how to put these together. And one guy said you got to crimp the heat tape to get it go down in there. And another guy said do this and do that. Like I said earlier, the easiest way I found to do it, just leave the back off the damn thing and run it straight underneath there. Which in reality, you don't even really need to do that. The only reason I left the back off of it was just in case I ran into a problem, which I didn't. You just run the heat tape all the way down. Now I'm going to get the back put on this thing, and I've been using this stuff now for about a week. And the reason that this video has been delayed is because I've been wanting to kind of get it put together, check it all out, and give you guys the right information here. Now I do have to tell you, after about a week, Allie and the guys up there at Animal Plastics, they know what they're doing. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, this stuff is light, it's durable. My snakes are just loving them. These tubs are good size. These are Freedom Breeder tubs, the C70 tubs with the cup. And they slide right in and out there. Smooth as smooth can be. And on this 570 rack, these tubs are the tubs that have you order. You get these from Container Store. Not quite as nice, but they seem to work. And they've got it down to a science. I mean, everything is labeled. Everything just goes right together. You saw how easily, I believe it was this rack here that I did the time lapse on. I didn't have any issues getting this stuff put together. I mean, this stuff, it's amazing. Allie and the guys up there at Animal Plastics, they know what they're doing. And best part about it, I know not everybody has $500 or $600 to drop on a rack. I get it. But they take payments over time. You got months to pay it off. So you don't have to buy a whole bunch of stuff. You can just buy one rack. And they can go 12 high. How about this? And here's the 10 tub because I was afraid it was going to be too high to fit in here. But as you can see, I could have easily went too high, at 2 more up, and this is only a 7-foot ceiling. So, but we're going to take a look at the enclosures in closing, and we'll wrap this thing up. These are the enclosures that I got too, guys. I'm not sure what the model numbers are on them, but I'll look them up, and I'll go ahead and I'll post a hashtag in the description for these two. But what's really cool about these is, I mean, they're very well put together. This one here, I've got 2 king snakes in here, and the divider in the middle that separates the two is just a pressure divider. It just kind of fits in there, wedges in there. There's no screws holding it in place or nothing. So if I decide that I want to eventually put something in here a little bit bigger, I can pop that out, and I can put a bigger animal in here. Now, another thing I was wanting to show you guys on these is these nifty little locks that you can get. This is an added accessory. Of course, I paid extra for this, but that's all it is. It's just a metal pin that goes in the hole, and that's the lock right there. There's no way your snakes can get out. They can't even move this glass. I don't even think they'd be able to move it without the lock in it because the glass is just so thick and heavy. As you can see, they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love these things. They look good. Heat retention on them is great. Humidity retention is awesome. They're just, I can't say enough good things about them. Allie and the guys, they know what's going on up there. And they do very good work. Very good work. I would recommend them. I know I've said this a couple times during this video, but I'm going to put a link in the description to their website. I'm probably going to go ahead and post their phone number for you guys. If you guys are interested, call them and, talk to them, find out what they can do for you. I mean, if you guys have snakes, you want good enclosures. I've kept snakes in tanks. I've kept snakes in This here, I've kept snakes in racks that I bought off Craigslist, and none of it compares to these, to Animal Plastics equipment. Now, the other thing I was wanting to show you guys, aside from the locks, is the thickness of this glass. This is, I mean, it's good quality. Look how thick that is. And it's a, no, I guess that's not a penciled edge. It is a beveled edge, though. And it's just, I mean, it's good, strong stuff. It's not going to break. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And I'm going to get this video finished up and get it printed and get it edited. And there you go. These locks can be a little tricky, though. I have found that out. If the doors aren't just right, which that one wasn't closed all the way, that's probably the reason I was having issues. You stick it in there, turn it, boom, it's good to go. Now, in closing, get Animal Plastics. I mean, the price is great for what you get, and it'll last you for the rest of your life. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We're here to stay. There's one more thing that I want to show you guys before I can log off here. I do have an update on old Casper. I found him that Wednesday wedged up underneath my refrigerator. And, well, here he is. Ornery as hell. I got him out from underneath there. He shed, or he ate and went straight in the shed. So, just thought y'all might want to know.